Okay, sorry. Previous video on this was just interrupted by a fabulous client of mine who stopped in with his puppy. So let's keep going. We're talking about age spots, hyperpigmentation, even melasma, and fixing those things with herbs. Please watch the first video that I just posted a few seconds ago so that you don't miss anything. We talked about the herbs, amla and burdock. And now let's talk a little bit about using the right oils to do that too. So rice bran, avocado oil, and I would say camellia seed oil are going to be your top 3 oils that you want to use to, again, help the skin digest its own extra melanin that it has put out in certain areas of your body and your skin. I have the enlightened oil blend, and so for my own big spot of melasma I had on my forehead, and I've done some work on my chest too. My chest tends to be blotchy. I have particularly very, very thin skin. I remember when I was younger and everyone was like, oh my God, your skin is so soft. And now I'm like, oh, but it's so tender. I wish that it wasn't that soft. So there are plus and minuses to all kinds of bodies. Yeah, so those 3 oils are heavily included in my Enlighten oil moisturizer, and I do like to see you using that moisturizer still with the shoe moisturizer or the stiletto moisturizer. Those 2 are my cream-based daily moisturizers, and you probably want to use the stiletto, but I'm not going to really say that I have a heavy opinion in either direction. Either one is going to be really great. You're adding the enlightened. I usually take a little bit of the stiletto moisturizer, drop about half a dropper full of the enlightened in my palm, emulsify those together, and then apply. The other thing that's in this kit is going to be the toner. So you've got the enlightened face wash, the enlightened oil. You know, up to just about a week ago, I was under the impression, honestly, that these 2 things were the most important to have in the set. But she just got some great accolades the other day. I had a client who's of slightly darker skin, and apparently she had a lot of pigmentation in and around her armpit area, which happens to a lot of people just from that daily rubbing, whether it's your bra or your clothes or whatever it is. Just a rubbing action on the skin can cause some extra pigmentation to happen. And again, that's a protective measure. Your body's not doing something wrong. I have to keep saying that because I'm just really on the bent lately of like, part of my mission is to help you really appreciate what your body does and how miraculous it is. And to me, the skin is one of the most miraculous organs that we have on the body. It's incredible. It's both an uptake system, it's a healing system, it's a protective system, and it's doing its best job. And now we need you to do your best job for her so that she can work properly. So anyway, client wrote to me that all she had done was use the toner in her armpits for a few weeks, and the pigmentation that had happened there is gone. And of course, she feels much more self-confident. She feels better about herself. That's an embarrassing thing to have, although it's totally normal. So yeah, I mean, these are herbs and oils that you can put together in some things, but I will say that the Enlightened set has taken off in sales, and everyone that has received either the small bottles or samples of it, because I was trying to get people to try it when I first came out with it, have repurchased over and over again already, and it's only been out for about 6 months now. So, so Deborah Smith-Mogg asks, what do I suggest for sunscreen, and that she doesn't want chemicals. I don't want you to have chemicals either. Now, that is really important, and thank you, because I was going to forget about talking about protecting yourself from the sun. When you're already prone to hyperpigmentation, of course you want to do some type of sunscreen on a daily basis to really keep the sun off and stop the skin from doing that. Now, I have the Enodomini, which works as a deodorant and a sunscreen and a rash cream and all the things. It's a great, you can buy the sample size stick and have it around with you, and that is a zinc oxide. Both of my sunscreens are zinc oxide based protectants, which is a physical sun blocker. all of these new chemical blockers interrupt hormone balance, can cause cancer. There's just and they're in sprays, and I'm just freaking out that people are breathing in all of these chemicals that are supposed to only stay on your skin, but when you put it in an aerosol, how do you not get it into your lungs as well? So you want to use a physical blocker. Something that has zinc oxide in it is the best. Remember back in the 80s when it was cool to like block your nose and block your cheeks with the straight up white zinc oxide cream? Well, we have better ways to do that don't look so silly anymore. And there's the Anno Domini, and then I make Sun Liquor sunscreen. Now this is a foundation. And like I said on one of my previous videos, I have a lot of people just go ahead and buy the dark and light color, blend them together until you get to your color. Unfortunately, I have not made one for darker skin than a medium dark, I guess, because I'm not a makeup guru. I don't know exactly how to mix those colors together, but hopefully in the next year I will have somebody that can help me formulate something like that. But anyway, those two are heavy on the zinc oxide. They also have Australian clays in them, and the clay is going to be another physical blocker. So those are what I recommend. There's a lot of stuff out there about how to make your own sunscreen out of even Burt's Bees diaper rash cream and stuff like that. And as long as it's a zinc oxide block, I agree with it, and it's wonderful. My foundation stays on for a really long time and is a really heavy blocker. I was out in the sun on a roof, on a white roof the other day, and my whole body was lobster red, and my face, because I had my foundation on, was not a shade darker. So that was a great little proof. I think that's it. So we've got the burdock, amla are your two main herbs for getting the extra melanin out of skin, and then camellia seed oil, rice bran oil, and avocado oil. I never recommend that you use any oil in its singular form and only. You'll only get so far in your healing. But just like in herbalism, I feel like using things synergistically are what you need to do to get maximize healing and really potential out of your skin. That's what you're looking for, right? Is how can she do her best work for me, so I'm looking my best and feeling my best. And I think that's it. So if you guys have any more questions, please post below and I'll be happy to answer. And don't forget to go back and watch the video that I posted before this one. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love.